Welcome back, children. We are doing lesson 5, that is spreadsheet. And in the previous class, I have explained something about worksheet, workbook, and many other features of the MS Excel. Today, the rest of the topics. The first one is entering data and how to enter data in a worksheet. Just click on the cell where you want to enter the data and start writing. This is the way to type or to enter data in the worksheet. And you can see in figure 5.3 here a table is made, and you can try this to make this table in your own computer. Now, types of data. Basically, three types of data can be entered in Microsoft Excel worksheet: numbers, text, and formula. Numbers are the values that consist of numerals from 0 to 9 and characters like plus, minus, exclamatory sign, at the rate, etc. They can be used in calculations. In addition to actual numbers, Excel also stores date and time as numbers. By default, numbers are right aligned in a cell. Text. The text data can contain alphabets, numbers, spaces, and special characters. Text data is not used in calculations. By default, text data is left aligned in a cell. You can see the difference. The numbers are aligned, they are right aligned in a cell, and text is left aligned in a cell. Most often, text entries are used for worksheet headings, names, and for identifying columns of data. Now, formula. A formula is a mathematical equation involving numbers, values, operators, and cell address used to perform calculation on a worksheet. Formula can range from basic mathematical operation to complex calculations. Formula always begins with an equal to sign. Remember this point, a formula always begins with an equal to sign. Now, performing calculations. How to perform calculations? So, calculations are performed by using formula or functions in the Excel, and like this, you can see the table. In this table, weekly expenses are given here, and items and days of the week it is given, and in items it is e-tables. The first one is e-tables: Monday 5, Tuesday 0, Wednesday 5, Thursday 7, Friday 10, Saturday 10. And now if you want to calculate total of all the days, under the heading total, if you want to find sum of the tables of throughout the week, you have to write the formula here, and the formula will begin with equal to sign, and after equal to sign write the formula, and the formula will look like this. In the formula you have to add the cells, value of the cells, and in this you have to write the cell address, and the first cell address is B3, second is C3, D3, E3, F3, and G3, and among these you have to put the plus sign, and your formula will look like this: equal to B3 plus C3 plus D3 till G3. And now press the enter key. The sum of the values will be shown in the cell. We can use either upper or lowercase letters while entering the cell address in a formula. Excel also provides a quicker and easier way to performing calculations. Click on the auto sum button, present either on the formula tab or the home tab. Excel suggests a range which we can either accept, select a different range. To use the auto sum feature, move the cell pointer to cell H4, click on the auto sum button. Excel suggests range B4 to G4. Press the enter key. The sum of the values in the cells B4 to G4 is calculated and displayed in cell H4. And in the same way, Excel also provides special built-in mathematical functions such as sum, average, count, etc. instead of the such as long formula like B3 plus C3 plus D3 till G3. The sum function can be used to calculate the total expenses, and in the sum function you have to write equal to sum, and in the bracket you have to write the range of the cells that you want to add in the formula, and it is starting cell is B3 and end of last cell is G3. So you have to write here range B3 colon G3, and this sum function will calculate the sum of the all the cells in the range. And after writing the formula, just press the enter key, it will show the result. Similarly we can use average function, count function, max function, min functions. Okay, if the same formula is needed in several cells of a worksheet, it can be copied and pasted wherever required. Now working with worksheet, switching between worksheet. When we add a number of worksheets, only a few worksheets can be seen on the screen. To switch worksheet, click the arrow button on the worksheet tab. You can see here first, next and last. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 and so on. Now renaming a worksheet. To rename a worksheet, just double click on the sheet tab that you want to rename. It will be highlighted. Now type a new name and press the enter key. And the second option is right click on the sheet tab which is to be renamed and click on the rename option, type the name and press enter. Now how to add a new worksheet. To add a new worksheet, select the sheet before you want to place a new worksheet. Right click on the sheet tab and select the insert option. The insert dialog box appears with the worksheet option selected. Click OK. You will notice a new worksheet get inserted before the selected worksheet. Click on the insert worksheet button present on the right of the last sheet tab. A new worksheet will be added. Or the third option is select the insert sheet option in the cell group on the home tab. Now how to remove a worksheet. Place the mouse pointer on the sheet tab that you want to delete and right click on it. Select the delete option from the displayed context menu. The second option is select the delete option in the cell group on the home tab and further select the delete sheet option from the sub menu list. Saving a workbook. It is similar as we save our MS Word document or PowerPoint document. So click on the file tab and select the save option. The save as dialog box will appear. Select the drive and the folder where you want to save the workbook. Type the file name and click on the save button, and your file will be saved with the extension .xlsx. This is the extension of Excel files, or you can use F12 key or Ctrl S key combination to save the workbook. You can also select the save button on the quick access toolbar to save your file. So these are different ways to save a workbook. So that's all for the lesson 5. So children, that's it for the lesson 5. I have explained all the topics of the lesson. Now it's your turn. Try to do all the exercises, fill in the blanks, true, false, and application based questions, multiple choice questions, and try to find the answers. In the next video, I'll explain the answers of all the questions. Till then, have a good time, take care of yourself, and bye bye.